back. So that 3D breathing happening there as well. So if we come on to our shoulder blades, our scapula, fourth principle. So we have been through breathing, pelvic placement, ribcage placement, scapular isolation or positioning, movement and stabilisation. 6 actions of our scapula. They sit on the back of the ribcage. It's called the scapular-thoracic joint, scapulo-thoracic joint. It's a gliding joint. So soft tissue balances that joint. There's no bony attachment of the scapula onto the ribcage. The only bony attachment is through the sternoclavicular joint, the joint at the front of the body, which moves as the whole shoulder girdle moves. So the shoulder girdle is made up of collarbone, the scapula and the arm bone, the humerus. But we're going to talk about the scapula behind as part of that shoulder girdle. 6 basic movements. We have elevation and depression. We have what's called protraction and retraction, so gliding forwards and backwards. And we have a movement in rotation each way. So we have upwards and downwards rotation. So to demonstrate those, elevation we can do quite simply on the mat by widening the collarbones, keeping the back of the arm and the little finger, so turning the palms into the body on the mat. So as you shrug, you breathe in, trying to keep wide through the collarbones. As you breathe out, you press down into depression. Once again, keeping the width. There's a tendency as you push into depression, you'll see that the shoulders will want to come in, and that's because the muscles that are responsible for depression are also responsible for protraction. So we're trying to keep wide all the time. So breath in as you shrug, breathe out as you press down, keeping the width. So you could have a couple of cans of baked beans, maybe just rolling on cans. It's quite a nice way to do it. So you have your arms flat, rolling it up and down on a roller. Again, laying on a roller, it's lovely because you get this openness in the collarbones when you do this sort of action. So protraction, retraction, while we're laying on our backs on the mat, best way of demonstrating this, imagine you're holding a big beach ball and lifting the beach ball up to the ceiling, and then trying to draw that beach ball back down and keep the shoulder blades coming together but the arms are straight. So your scapula are moving around your body, they are moving away from the spine and then towards the spine. So it's a breath in to lift that beach ball, breath out to draw the beach ball back down and gather the shoulder blades around. Laying on a mat, we're a little bit restricted with the shoulder blades, so it's not a great place to work retraction. It's hard to do that once again on a roller, works really well because your shoulder blades are free and they can move without the restriction of the mat. So rotation, we could do scissors, so come back into the middle. So we bring one arm behind and one arm down towards the floor. You breathe it in the middle. As you come back into the middle, you breathe in. As you breathe out, take the arms the other way. So once again, remembering that rib cage, particularly at the hand, the arm that's going above you stays down. So your ribs are staying nice and stable and level, and you're reaching those arms away from each other. So as the arm goes above the head, the shoulder blade has to spin. So it has a certain angle where it will stay neutral, and then it has to spin round to get that arm above. So we're demonstrating rotation of the scapula here by doing scissors. Last one here. And then just release